You know, Palantir is a great stock, but the real question is whether you should buy it at or near all-time highs, or if you should wait. Some on Wall Street are saying to buy now, which hasn't always worked out for us retail investors in the past. So, let us look at their reasoning for why they think it is a buy at these near all-time highs, and I'll share my perspective on buying at these levels and the reasons behind my take. If you appreciate getting the truth without the hype, please like this video, because that's exactly what you'll get today. This is where you need to read between the lines and understand what fundamentals truly mean, and how to translate them into price targets and valuation. We're discussing Palantir, a stock that's up 500% and hitting new highs. He's bullish on AI overall, liking stocks like Nvidia and Taiwan Semi, but emphasizes Palantir's unique and dominant position. He thinks the stock is a buy right now. If you're looking for a leader and a highly differentiated company in the AI revolution, Palantir is the one, in my opinion, with few, if any, close competitors. Larry Tintelli, Chief Technical Strategist at Blue Chip Daily, and Hillary Kramer, founder and CIO of Kramer Capital Research, shared their thoughts. Hillary mentioned Palantir at $141, asking if it's still a buy long-term. She said Palantir's role is critical as, if not more critical than, traditional defense companies like Raytheon or Lockheed Martin. She noted it's always hard to buy a stock that was available for $10 just 18 months ago. AI means nothing without the planes, weapons, and other physical tools to execute. In fact, many of those tools can work without those have been good trades, and most are excellent companies. The question remains, what's the valuation, and where are these stocks in relation to that valuation moving forward? There isn't a single metric that indicates it's undervalued. Then a simple dollar-cost averaging strategy is advisable. You'll likely outperform in the long run. If I were to buy Palantir at these levels, it would solely be as part of a DCA strategy. For me, I have no desire to buy stocks when they are significantly overvalued, especially when my position is already built out. I feel I'll get better pricing at some point based on valuation, so I'm personally holding off. If the stock just runs to the moon forever, that's fine. I'll still make a lot of money. The strength in Palantir proves that traders are playing the stock. But as a long-term buy-and-hold investor, I'm not interested in those games. My average is under $10, even though I've bought shares every year since 2022, including last year in the teens and 20s. It doesn't work in reverse for actual defense and weaponry. More importantly, she was asked about valuation, but offered geopolitical talk and narratives instead of explaining how earnings would increase to justify a higher valuation. This kind of rhetoric, falling in love with a story without supporting fundamentals, gets retail investors killed. While Palantir's fundamentals are great, a 1,400% run won't happen just because of geopolitical unrest. What matters is the current valuation. It's a mental hurdle everyone faces. Oh, I could have bought that stock at X price before. He also likes cybersecurity stocks like CrowdStrike and communication services like Netflix and Spotify, noting many strong growth stocks. You need to reevaluate, forget past purchases, and ask if today is a good time to put your money in. If you're getting a deal, or at least paying fair value. She also reiterated that Nvidia is an excellent buy. She seemed bullish on anything with cyber in the name. Don't use past buys as your guide, as Wall Street can sometimes be irrational. Look at Meta, which was a steal at $80 and still a great buy at $150, $200, or $250, given its current price, pushing past $700. Valuation is what matters, not what you paid before or your average cost. Those games prevent retail investors from maximizing returns. She believes you want to own Palantir, stating it's how wars will be fought, how data is collected and organized, and that AI doesn't mean much without Palantir's information. This is where retail investors often get slaughtered, while another 1,400% gain over the long run is possible, pushing the stock price to around $2,000. I don't think even the most bullish scenarios put it there, which might include periods of the stock trading flat or down for years, and most people can't stomach the journey in between, like Tesla shareholders experienced from 2021 to today. The true test of a long-term investor buying an overvalued stock is whether they can hold on. That's Tesla bull level optimism. If someone is buying it today with that expectation, can they endure the 20-year journey? While this price might look cheap 10 or 20 years from now, that doesn't mean I won't be able to get a cheaper price based on valuation. Many aren't thinking 20 years ahead and live through the inevitable ups and downs. She even called it the first AI company, noting its 500% gain. I'm not entirely sure what she's talking about there. Palantir isn't all AI, and not all data goes through them. Larry stated he's still bullish on Palantir. He mentioned it's making new all-time highs, had a strong quarter with 39% revenue growth and 80% earnings growth, raised guidance, and is a leader in AI and defense technology, with momentum in both fundamentals and price. Ignore the noise from all sides. These are the kinds of things you need to watch out for from Wall Street folks. especially when they have a bullish trade on. The current price isn't justified by the fundamentals at this stage. They often talk their books, meaning they promote the trades they currently hold. Highly specialized. There's truly no one else quite like them at their scale and precision, and has valuable government contracts. When people start discussing things that are factually false and presenting them as reasons to own a stock, that's where you can get into trouble. I'm not saying Palantir isn't great, but her statements aren't factually true. Emphasizing Palantir's deep analytics and ability to make sense of data, create patterns, and understand cybersecurity, cyberterrorism, and cyber warfare. If you're trying to build out a position and don't have any shares, and especially if you don't understand valuation and price targets, Palantir's valuation is stretched by every metric. Hillary, statements like that are ridiculous, but you can't base your decisions on past prices. While acknowledging government contracts help prop it up, highlighted the concern about whether the valuation is simply too high. You have to filter out the misleading information from both the bulls and the bears. Just because bears put out false information doesn't mean bulls get a pass. Mentioning he likes semiconductors, including Nvidia and including Circle Internet, and other cybersecurity companies like CyberArk have more room to grow, which are making new highs, but then suggested it could go up another 1,400%, which she called a hard discipline. The stock has gone from $21 to $147 over a year. While you could argue the fundamentals are there long term, Larry believes Palantir is special because it's a leader in AI-related data analytics. I agree with his premise that Palantir is unique and occupies its own space. However, I agree that it's hard to do. Hillary mentioned a 1,400% return. Hillary continued, "This is why retail investors often get hurt." Larry then shared his final thoughts on opportunities in AI and tech. "I appreciate the recap of stocks making all-time highs." Hillary also suggested some new IPOs, in the investment diary's view. Now,